Okay guys, this is the approach to Son Doong. We're following the Rail Thun river system. It's the main river system that runs through the valley. Probably had to cross it at least a dozen times. This is the final approach to the entrance of Son Doong. Even when we were standing 20 meters away from the biggest cave in the world, we still couldn't see it. This is where we are now. The only reason they found it is because of the updraft from the entrance moving the trees. So it took them years to actually find this tiny little entrance. It's about a 50-meter rappel down. Nothing too technical, but good fun. Son Doong is 3 million years old again, and more people have been to the top of Mount Everest than have been inside Son Doong. So every time you're in there, it just feels like you're making new discoveries. Lots of fixed lines to hold on to. We're not clipped in, mainly just because it's slippery as, and there's a bit of a drop sometimes. This is looking up at where we've just come down. To give you an idea, the furthest guy is about 1 kilometre away. One of the many rivers we had to cross. I really love this one because it doesn't look like much. You've got a rope to hang on to. There's Howard at the top. But if you step a metre to the right, oh yeah, that nice little bit of white water just going to disappear into the darkness. Just casually climbing in sandals. Didn't lose any toenails though. More river crossings, more ropes to hold on to. This, I think, is the biggest stalactite in the world. I don't know the stats, but it's massive. It's got to be at least 75 to 90 metres. To give you an idea, the guy with the floodlight in front, he's a good couple of 100 metres away. That guy right there. Then the guy right in the very end, that's about 1 kilometre away. We were supposed to have another floodlight in the distance, but the porters were busy smoking cigarettes. You know, I guess they need a break also.
Looks like the sky. Doesn't it look like clouds?
Lots of up, lots of down, making our way towards the first dough line, which is where the roof collapsed a couple of million years ago, and when the sunlight comes in, creates a jungle. That's our second camp. At the end of the day, we decided to climb down to go for a swim, just for a laugh, and it was freezing. Everyone was screaming, but takes all the heat out of your joints. And then, of course, eating like kings again. Each morning, the sun would come through the openings to start our day, and once again, heading up. This was a pretty cool photo op. They call it the James Bond Tunnel. National Geographic or someone pinched it for their logo, but why not share it around? More going up and up. Almost at the first dough line where the cave has collapsed. We're just chilling here, taking a few photos. It's pretty interesting, man, because the boulders that are surrounding you came from a ceiling collapse a couple of 100,000 years ago. On this rock behind us, it's pretty gnarly. I reckon it's about 3 stories. Shouldn't fall down today though. So we've made it to one of the dough lines. The sun has been coming in for the last couple of million years and created an underground jungle. This is one of the smaller ones, but I still managed to pick up a leech, of course, but that's always good fun. That's the wedding cake. That's the photo everyone wants. Standing up there is pretty cool. The drop on either side, I don't know, 300 or 400 metres in either direction. We climbed down and stopped here for lunch because for about a 20-minute period during the day, the sunlight comes through and just lights everything up. Apparently that rock in front, that's where a lot of people propose to each other. It's called the wedding rock or the love rock or something like that. We stayed here for a good half an hour. No one was in a hurry to leave. After a bit of scrambling over rocks, we're making our way back up again. This is to the second dough line. This is to the big one. This is where the jungle's really established itself over the last couple of million years. Really good photo ops. Oh man, we finally made it to the large dough line. It was pretty impressive. It's a full jungle system. It's taken millions of years for the sun to come through the hole in the ceiling and create everything that you can see in front of you. A little bit of rain falling through, but nothing too serious. And that's the way we're going next. Couple of 100 metres descent. You might be able to see in the distance. That's our next camp. Okay, so after a day's trekking through the underground jungle, take your pants off. You find this goddamn little bastard. Yep, went straight through my pants. Pretty fat. It's been sucking on me all day. Love the leeches, eh? Start of another day. We're harnessed up. Fair bit of rappelling today, but this is the view up. It's probably about 1.5 kilometres. That's how big the cave system is. In total, I think it's 9 kilometres, 38.5 million cubic square metres. We had a pretty good crew. Everyone had different abilities, but everyone had a pretty good attitude. More floodlights from the Oxalis crew. It really helped for us to see exactly how big the place was, and occasionally for stalactites like this, we had to have a model in front because it was the only way you could get scale of exactly how big everything was. Making our way down to the final part, which is the river. On the way, we found these cave pearls made from calcium. People try and pinch them, but they're not worth anything. It was nice to be in a raft instead of swimming for a change. The water was pretty cold down there. But the wall in front of you is called the Great Wall of Vietnam. It's like a 90-metre stalactite that you got to climb up. 3 different sections, a ladder. Then you got to hook onto the fixed lines. A little bit slippery. Nothing too intense. But 90-metre stalactite wall. There's nothing else like it in the world. It's pretty awesome. Once we got to the top, that's the final approach to the final exit. Not very big, not compared to the cave system, but the guy I'm standing next to, that's Howard. He's the guy that actually discovered Son Doong 35 years ago. He was actually our caving expert, so we had great stories in camp every night.